Hey, what's going on guys? Bailey here, and welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 video. And it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and since my last Cyberpunk 2077 video a few months ago, there has been a ton of news revealed for this game. We've had episodes of Night City, which has given us a ton of information and details for the game, such as weapons, gangs, life paths, music, story details, and so much more. Now, I haven't done my best with keeping up with this information and posting it here on the YouTube channel, but moving forward, I will do my absolute best to keep you updated on the latest and greatest surrounding this fantastic, highly anticipated game. So today I wanted to keep you up to date on everything you need to know about the latest news and provide you with an info dump for Cyberpunk 2077. Today, we will be looking at a massive Q&A with senior quest designer Patrick K. Mills, which gave us a ton of brand new information and also answered many popular questions the community had. We will also be taking a look at the map size, newly released screenshots, new merch coming out, going over all the confirmed content creators that will be in the game, and so much more. I wanted to go over all this new recent information to keep you all updated on this game before we get any more details and I start to cover them too. There will be timestamps for those of you who want to jump ahead to the information you want. So I hope you do enjoy this video guys, and if you do, don't forget to leave a like and be sure to subscribe to see more Cyberpunk 2077 videos from me in the future. So let's get into these details. So to dive into all this new information, we will first start with the Q&A with senior quest designer Patrick K. Mills. During the post-show on Twitch after the Night City Wire episode 3, which was hosted by Alanah Pearce and DJ Knight, they were joined by Patrick K. Mills, who answered a bunch of questions from people in chat and provided some huge details about the game. So let's get into all of the questions Patrick was asked. Question 1. What type of things can you get from the gangs by being in good graces with them? In which Patrick answered, you can get things from the gangs. There are lots of clothing items that you can get from gangs. There are of course weapons and items that you can get as rewards. You can also get them for not necessarily being friendly with them gangs. I was playing the game the other day and I managed to dress up as a scavenger because I actually killed a lot of them. So they had clothes that I could wear. So I didn't make friends with them, but I did get to dress like them. And there are some other items like that you can get, but I don't want to spoil too much, but it is good stuff. Question 2. Can you work with Trauma Team? In which Patrick answered, we do have Trauma Team in the game. They do show up time to time. They are mentioned many times. Whether you can take any missions from them, I'm going to leave that for now, but they are definitely in the game. They are a big part of the city, so we wanted to make sure that they are there. Question 3. Is there a clear reputation system with the gangs? In which Patrick answered, so when we are in Cyberpunk 2077, we are really telling the story about V, who is a mercenary. Mercenaries and gangs kind of have a distanced relationship because gangs look after its own and it's about loyalty. It's about group identification, and a mercenary is someone who takes all jobs. So when it comes to building reputation with gangs, for certain there are things that you can come across, like if you treat someone nicely, there'll be repercussions from that. But it's not going to be something where you'll be able to cultivate favourites with certain gangs by doing more activities. It's not something that we are interested in. What we really want to do with Cyberpunk and all our games at CD Projekt Red is handcrafted experiences that are story based. So that's our real focus. Question 4. Will there be any kind of minigame situations like a Gwent? In which Patrick answered, oh well, we haven't really talked about this very much. There is something like that in the game which I can't really talk about, but if you're looking for Gwent, you're best looking for the multiplayer Gwent, which you can get. Question 5. How many quests are in the game? In which Patrick answered, that is a very good question, and I'm not too sure. We have a lot. We have tiers of different kind of content. So we have our main quests, our main story, we have side jobs, and you're going to go through those and they're going to be pretty meaty stuff. We have a lot of smaller quests, so this is why it is difficult to answer the question, because we have a lot. There are smaller activities and things like that you can get involved with. There's a lot. Question 6. Can I join multiple gangs at once? In which Patrick answered, as I said before, you are a mercenary, so joining gangs is not going to be something you're going to get involved with. Again, the thing about being a mercenary is being with the afterlife. It's kind of like a gang, but it is more like a club. So say you go to a club, you're not necessarily friends with everyone there. You're not necessarily loyal to everyone at the club. They are just other people that go to the same club as you. But with Afterlife, there's a code with mercenaries at Afterlife, and there's a code they follow. But one mercenary is not going to show up to help another mercenary just out of the goodness of their own heart. It's a business. The gang is a family. The Afterlife is more like a business. Question 7. Are there any loading times in the city? And are most buildings accessible? In which Patrick answered, very good question. So in terms of loading screens, I actually heard Alanah talking about the elevators in the city. I want to clarify something. We actually don't do any. Them elevators are actually to move you from space to space because the city is so big. Our engineers are very, very clever, and I could not tell you the answer to how they do it because they are much smarter than I am. But in terms of that, we don't have loading screens for moving around the city. If you're doing fast travel or being in something like that, there may be a short one depending on the scenario. But we really don't like loading screens, and we don't want them to get in the way of you moving around. It's not going to be the kind of game where you open a door and now there's a loading screen. About the question about buildings being accessible, buildings are accessible when they need to be accessible. Having every building be accessible, I think, is actually something that people say they want. And if you actually play a game where every room is accessible, you're going to have to use procedural stuff to make that happen. And again, CD Projekt Red, we're all about bespoke design, we're all about handcrafting everything, and we don't want to waste your time. The city is very big, you're never going to feel restricted at all. You're never going to be in a situation where you say, I need to get in there, and you go and try and get in there, and you're like, I can't get in there, because the city is so big, it's overwhelmingly huge. Question 8. How many endings does the game have? In which Patrick answered, that is something we are definitely keeping secret. There are multiple endings, I can confirm that. I'm not going to see how many we have. That is something that we are not willing to talk about just yet. We're trying to hold a lot back about the story, and we really want to see how people respond to it. I'm super excited to see what people think of our story, so I don't want to tell you the exact number of endings at this moment, and I couldn't if I wanted to. Question 9. So how many hours of gameplay are we looking at? In which Patrick answered, in terms of hours, I don't actually have an answer for you right now on that. We are playing through the game right now, but between the difference between a completionist and a main story run, we do know the main story run in Cyberpunk 2077 is slightly shorter than The Witcher 3, because we got a lot of complaints about Witcher 3's main story just being too long. Looking at the metrics, you see tremendous numbers of people played through the game really far, but never made it to the end. We want you to see the full story, so we did shorten the main story, but we have a lot to do, and in terms of a completionist run, I don't have that number. Question 10. What do we use to fast travel? In which Patrick answered, moving around the city, you can actually fast travel using data terms. It's an idea that came from the original 2020 franchise. These are these sorts of computer stations that have these maps and other vital information on them. You can use those, and if you have found any other, you can travel to them if they are already discovered. The metro stations as well can be used for fast travel. Question 11. What district has the best burrito? In which Patrick answered, Haywood certainly has the best burrito. For sure. No doubt. I would say Captain Calahente are all over the city, and they really have a good fish burrito. It's really good, and you should try it out. Question 12. Can you complete the game killing nobody? In which Patrick answered, yes, you can. We do have non-lethal options. Life of a Mercenary is a violent one, so I'm not going to say that it's going to be easy to do. It is technically possible. We do have non-violent options, and all of our quests can be completed non-lethally. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, because again, you're a soldier, a mercenary, you employ violence for a living. Question 13. Can we interact a lot with Keanu's character, or is it just a guest appearance? In which Patrick answered, no, he is not just a cameo. He's throughout most of the game. He's a significant character. He's the secondary main character of the game. You're going to spend a lot of time with him. There's a lot of Keanu in this game, and I must say, he did a great performance, like really fantastic stuff, and every time he's on screen, it is magnetic, and I'm really excited. And he is there a lot. I can absolutely assure you that you will not be starved of Keanu. There are plates of him. Question 14. How many cars are in the game? In which Patrick answered, a lot. It's another one of them questions where I do not have a number for you. I feel like I should have brought a fact sheet with me. We do have a lot of cars and a lot of car variations, and there are a variety of styles and from a lot of different manufacturers. One of the things that I think we do really well is that we characterize the manufacturer and the different brands. So even when playing it, you will even learn that you really like this brand. You really like Rayfield Rayfield is the style I like. So you might go out your way to go and get all the Rayfield cars, for example. There are plenty of car collecting to be done, and if you want to collect all the cars, it's going to take you a while. I was talking to one of the testers the other day, and they were saying that they collected X amount of money, and it was some sort of astronomical amount of money, and they only managed to buy 75% of the vehicles, and a lot of them are collectibles and linked through quests. Think like that. Question 15. Alright, how many romance options are there? In which Patrick answered, so we wanted to make sure there are a variety of romance options, that we have different archetypes and different characters and different sexual orientations. It's a little bit of a tricky question because we have romance options and then we also have casual encounters. To give you a specific answer, I will say there is a number. Question 16. Can a gang be eliminated through story/force? In which Patrick answered, that is a very good question. What I would say again is go back to CD Projekt Red. We create custom, bespoke, handmade story-based content. So when it comes to something like that, if you're going to do something like that, it would definitely be a story event rather than something that would take upon yourself. Question 17. Do you heal over time and do you need to eat and sleep? In which Patrick answered, okay, another good question. So you do heal over time. The answer is yes. Generally, what you want to do is eat and drink to get that heal over time benefit. Of course, there are perks and all that, which can modify things that can change how your health regenerates. But when I am playing, I always carry, for true immersive style, is a satchel of potato chips and sodas that I can drink to heal up after I've taken a few hits and received a bullet wound. There are also a wide variety of consumables in the games, and using them at the right time is part of high level play. Question 18. Are there drugs in the game? In which Patrick answered, drugs are definitely present in the game. This is something that is core to the franchise, and if you go back to the trailer that we released in 2018, you will see where Dum Dum sits you down and tells you to take a hit from this. So we don't shy away from that. We definitely have drugs in the game. Question 19. What's the best way to get into Cyberpunk universe before the game comes out? In which Patrick answered, that's a very good question, and I have two answers for you. One is we have a book that you can actually purchase now from your local bookseller, which is probably the Amazon Megacorp, called The World of Cyberpunk 2077. And that book contains a lot of the lore and a lot of the world building information that will really help you get in and get ready for Cyberpunk 2077. If you want to take an even deeper dive, Cyberpunk is originally Cyberpunk 2020, which was a pen and paper system, and you can actually still buy all those books in PDF format. So that was the Q&A with Patrick K. Mills. We got a ton of information and details from that Night City Wire episode 3 post-show. Also, massive props to Alanah, Pearce and DJ Knight for being excellent hosts. The most interesting detail to me that Patrick revealed was how we can complete the game non-lethally. As a player who embraces the non-lethal playstyle when possible, I will be going for this on my first story playthrough. I know it will be difficult, but I'm happy for the challenge. Also to highlight, Patrick did state that the story for Cyberpunk 2077 will be much shorter than that of The Witcher 3. Obviously, the reasoning behind that is due to the fact that from the statistics that they received from The Witcher 3, they identified that not as many people completed the main story. So they want to ensure that everyone can experience and finish Cyberpunk 2077. The story may be shorter in Cyberpunk 2077, but taking into consideration all the side jobs, activities, world, and replayability factors, we will be spending a lot of time with this game. Now, moving on, I wanted to take a look at the map for Cyberpunk 2077, which has been beautifully created by Night City IO. I know some people already know what the map looks like, but here it is for those of you who have not seen it already. So we've got the 6 districts, which all have a unique look to them and feel. We have Watson, with sub-districts being Arasaka Waterfront, Little China, Northside Industrial District, and Kabuki. The next district is City Center, with sub-districts being Downtown and Corpo Plaza. The next district is Haywood, with sub-districts being Wellsprings, Vista Del Rey, and The Glen. The next district is Westbrook, with sub-districts being Japantown, North Oaks, and Charter Hill. Then we have the district Santo Domingo, with sub-districts being Arrayat and Rancho Coronado. Then we also have Pacifica, with sub-districts being Coast View and West End Estate. Then finally we have the additional 7th district out of Night City, the Outskirts, aka the Badlands. Also, Night City IO did post this 3D map of Night City, which was revealed in the Night City Wire episode 3, which just makes this game city look absolutely incredible. if we didn't know that already. Massive shout out again to Night City IO for creating this incredibly detailed map of Night City. Be sure to go follow them on Twitter at Night City IO. We then got a brand new fresh screenshot the other day from the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter, with the caption being Quiet Morning, which looks to be shot at the district Santo Domingo and in the sub-district Rancho Coronado. From what it looks like, we can see gang warfare happening in the suburb, with the scavengers engaging in combat with the 6th Street. We get to see an aerial shipping ship in the sky leaving Night City. We also get to see Petrochem's name on this dam-like structure in the background. They also dropped another load of screenshots on their official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter, with the caption for this being Crossroads. The first screenshot we get to see is at the district city centre, and being in the sub-district Corpo Plaza, we can see Memorial Park, which is the huge roundabout in the middle, which stands between the corporation's headquarters, and there are plenty of vehicles stuck in traffic. Maybe this is a few corpos stuck in traffic who are going to be late for the next meeting. The next screenshot we see is at the district city centre in the sub-district downtown, I believe, but I may be wrong. It could be Japantown, so please correct me in the comment section down below if I am. Firstly, we can see more roads with some traffic. We have the Orbital Air building on the right, which we can make out the company's name and logo from this angle and from previously seen screenshots. Then running straight through the screenshot, we have the N-Cart station line. Then in the center, we have advertisements for Real Water and Easy Bees. Jumping in and taking a look at our next screenshot, we can see it's a screenshot of the previous screenshot we just looked at, but from a different position and taken on the roads. Again, this could be the sub-district downtown or Japantown, but please correct me in the comment section down below if I am. Again, we see more traffic with these roads looking pretty quiet, so this could have been taken in the morning. We then get to see the Orbital Air building again in the background, and also the Thornton building. We have an advertisement on the right for Serious Cold, and another advertisement in the skyline for Chrominator, I think. Then our last screenshot, we get a shot from the district Watson in the sub-district, either Arasaka Waterfront or Northside Industrial District. We can see the roads are pretty full with traffic in this screenshot. We get to see an Arasaka building directly in the center, and also 2 aerial vehicles flying in the background. Then the next piece of news I wanted to talk about is new clothing merchandise for Cyberpunk 2077. If your favorite gang that you're looking forward to encountering in Cyberpunk 2077 is the Voodoo Boys, and you're a big fan of long sleeves, then look no further. You can now purchase a Voodoo Boys long sleeve just in time for this fall. The description for the Voodoo Boys long sleeve goes as follows: put yourself in the shoes, or rather the long sleeve of Night City's most skilled netrunners, the Voodoo Boys. It's light, wireless, and equipped with dedicated slots for hands, head, thumbs, and cyber trinkets, perfect for diving in the net or just taking it easy outside of it. The long sleeve sports 2 elements of the Voodoo Boys logo, with the Voodoo name on the sleeves and the boys on the pouch on the chest. The next piece of clothing merchandise for Cyberpunk 2077, which will be dropping soon, is this Cyberpunk 2077 Adidas boosts. The trainers themselves sport this almost leopard or camouflage pattern on the fabric with colours of gold and purple. We have the word Cyber on the left base of the trainer, and also Punk on the right base of the trainer. There's been no price so far revealed for these, but I would guess that they are going to be in the hundreds of pounds as a limited edition exclusive footwear. Moving on, I wanted to look at the most recent confirmed content creator to star in Cyberpunk 2077. It has recently been announced and confirmed that Alanah Pearce will be a character in Cyberpunk 2077. That means herself has been modelled to be in the game, and she will also voice that character. Alanah confirmed this news on her Twitter by tweeting the following: "Whoa, new Cyberpunk 2077 screenshot, except it's me, literally in the game. I am extremely excited to announce that I voice a character in and was 3D modelled for Cyberpunk 2077. And she also posted the following screenshot of her character. We can clearly see that this character is Alanah Pearce. Her character in Cyberpunk 2077 does have the look of a nomad and also has 2 cybernetic arms with the colours purple, blue and black. After this announcement, she went on to say the following on Twitter: "I'm not allowed to give you any details about my quest, but I can tell you I'm exclusively in the nomad life path. I said as much as I possibly could in this video here." She also posted a video on her YouTube channel discussing this announcement, so if you are interested in that, go and check it out. So Alanah joins the lineup of confirmed content creators for Cyberpunk 2077, which already consisted of Jesse Cox and Code Carnage. Again, these two content creators will also have their own unique quests that you can take. To finish off this video, I just want to let you guys know that you can expect a bunch more Cyberpunk 2077 videos coming here on the channel moving forward. You can expect videos on the most recent news and information, lore-based videos, speculations, rumors, and so much more. I'm pretty excited for this game and have been for a very long time, and I have a lot of enjoyment and fun producing content for this game too. So what was your favorite piece of information from this massive info dump I provided? Was it the Q&A with Patrick K. Mills? Was it the map size, the screenshots? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts and to get a nice discussion going, which I'll be sure to jump in on. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. Also, if you do enjoy content like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget that you can check me out streaming over on Twitch during the week, and you can find a link to my channel in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.